Prepare yourself for a talk radio experience like no other.
Strap yourselves in and hold on.
He stands for truth. He stands for justice. He stands for what's right. This is the Alex Jones Show. Call Alex now, toll free, at 877-590-5525. Now live from Austin, Texas, here's Alex Jones.
All right, it's the second and final hour. I haven't even gotten into all my documentation. Clips of Obama pulling it down off his site, national compulsory service, youth brigades, gun confiscation brigades, domestic spy teams. I mean, this is going to make Nazi Germany and Russia under the Soviets look like child's play. He's pulled this off his presidential website. But we have it all right here. I've got a bunch of economic news, too, and mainstream media is admitting that the chemicals in the one plastic that became universal is sterilizing men all over the Western world. So I want to warn folks about that coming up, too. But let's just go to your calls right now. Jeremy in Tennessee says he's with Special Operations Group, in a Special Operations Group, and they couldn't wake up to the New World Order. He tried to warn them, tried to talk to them, but that's impossible. George Bush is a good Christian conservative, but now because Obama's in office, suddenly they're all worried and concerned. And yes, it's true. Cops and military generally, when Democrats get in and kind of go with the left step, see, these are legs on the New World Order. They take a step with the left, take a step with the right, step with the left, step with the right. Right now it's a left step and a big step with Barack Obama. But I've never seen, and my mother, been a liberal, been a Democrat, but, woken up in the last few decades. That doesn't mean becoming a conservative. The point is she's woken up to the bigger paradigm. She says, I'm scared. I'm concerned. She said, I've never seen them call somebody a messiah, the one, the leader. Folks, that's not what a free country does with a president. But anyways, I digress. The corporate system is doing that because they want him to do things they know are going to be very unpopular. Go ahead and make the point. You're saying he's a godsend. He will actually wake people up with his openly fascistic agenda.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I've seen. I've seen a lot of people freaking out in my area. I had another comment to say about something I learned from you. As NCOs, when we get a long weekend, we have to give a safety briefing to all our lower enlisted to make sure that over the weekend they don't do anything stupid, so, like drinking and driving or doing something of that nature. And, military, believe it or not, we do a lot of good things because we get do the right thing preached to us so much. So I had two soldiers on Friday night call me about 2:30 in the morning to come pick them up because they had been drinking and their DD left them. So I did the right thing and went and got them. And they wanted to eat, so we walked to the restaurant, which was only about 70 meters from where they were at. And on the way back, I had a cop pull over and was about to arrest us for walking on the side of the road.
Yeah, because the country's so free.
Yeah. So I did what I learned from you by watching your movies. I didn't stop, even though he was telling me to stop, because I hadn't done nothing wrong, and I had not been drinking. I just picking him up. So he called another police officer to make me stop, and then they completely detained me. And I told the cop straight to his face, I wish I'd had a camera, but I didn't know this was going to happen. But I told him what I learned from you is that, hey, you may beat the rap right now because you've got a gun and a badge and backup, but you're not going to beat the ride. And I told him straight to his face that I'm not going to sue Tennessee. I'm not going to sue your police. I want to sue you, And it took about 20 minutes, but they finally just let us go.
But why? Why, when you go protest, do they come pose as protesters and beat people up and then arrest everybody? Why do they come and say you can't walk down the street in America? Why are we treated like scum? I mean, and then why are we bad when we say we don't want you to do this to us?
I don't know, but I told him that he was civilian. I said, you need to get out of this mentality. You're state-funded. You're not you are not.
Oh, he was calling you a civilian?
Yeah, and I said, no, you're a civilian. I'm not a civilian.
It's all military nomenclature, though. Well, no, I know the military is made up of the very best people in the country. Believe me, I have a lot of family, and they're so gung-ho. They love America so much. and they're so blind, though, to the programming. I'm like, don't you understand they're dismantling what the country is? And a lot of cops are good, too. It's just they've been taught, you've got the authority, you've got to maintain control of the situation, you've got to keep these people in line, and it's sad.
Well, the cop was so arrogant and so cocky with me.
I know, it's disgusting.
I was saying, sir, and I was answering his questions, but like I said.
So how did this end? I mean, did you say, so I'm not allowed to eat food in America, just not allowed to be here?
I just said, what did we do wrong? You know, I told them I threw the amendments, you know, hey, what's your probable cause? What are we doing wrong? They asked for my driver's license. I wouldn't give it to them. I said, tell me what I did wrong, and I'll do it, you know. And they, you know, finally they just had to let us go because they realized, man, you know, this guy knows what he's talking about, you know.
What did they say when they left?
They finally just said, all right, are you guys going to your car? I said, yeah, it's 2:30 in the morning.
And yeah, but there's always a control issue, and of course they can say they thought you were, you know, criminals or whatever. The point is that he should be glad because of you, not just your service, but also that service, defending the republic, defending the basic Bill of Rights, what the country really is. His children may grow up in a free country. Probably won't, but, you know, he's got some glimmer of hope.
Well, you're a great person, Alex. You just keep doing what you're doing. There's a lot of people out there that agree with you 100%.
Well, I appreciate your call. I'm not that great of a person, folks. When I find out there's a criminal group running my country, brainwashing the police and military, turning us into a police state, I get mad. And then I've had people calling people I've known saying, oh, I'm glad he's going to ban talk radio. I'm glad he's going to ban free speech, Barack Obama. I'm glad he's creating youth brigades. I'm glad that they're going to restrict the Internet. And, you know, all these Democrats who didn't like George Bush doing all the same stuff, now that Barack Obama comes in, suddenly they're, oh, yeah, I'm all for that now. Just like everybody who was against Bill Clinton and all the corrupt things he was doing, moving the ball down the field for the New World Order, that's all it is, they're on the same team. They were, as soon as George Bush got in, they're like, you know what, I love it now. I love the police state now. Well, get ready. What's funny, Paul? He just keeps laughing in there. You guys are, people are not lucky I'm even here today, but I got this chest cold, man. It is painful. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, man. Who's up next here? Mike in Texas, you're on the air. We're calling in to talk radio and even caring about liberty. You're probably with Al-Qaeda.
Yes, Alex, can you hear me?
Yes, Al-Qaeda, I'm here.
Yes, hello?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Thanks for taking my call. I'd like to discuss two things quickly, 2Gs, guns and GM. Today I went to the gun show outside of Conroe, Texas, and I mean to tell you, it was so crowded that you could hardly walk.
Yeah, record gun sales. That's been in the New York Times. Never before have more guns or ammo been sold because the people know.
And let me ask you, I bought me a World War II era M1 carbine rifle, 30 caliber. Is that a pretty good choice for a defense weapon?
Well, I'm not like an armor or something from the Army, but yeah, the little 30 cals, that's good up close, and it'll certainly make somebody think twice they get hit with a couple of those. Absolutely. I mean, if I could have, say, one gun, one rifle, it'd probably be something like an M14 308.
Well, I talked to several World War II veterans, and they told me that they were able to take out guys with machine guns because they were good shots. No,
absolutely. That's a good little lightweight. I mean, something comparable is a 223 range rifle,
yeah,
or a Mini 14. I've got one of those. Shot up some wild hogs this weekend with them.
And the other gun I bought was an Old West single action 45 long Colt because I like the old cowboy guns. Is that nothing wrong with that, right?
There's nothing. You know what? It's all about your will.
Right.
Let's say you're defending the Republic from enemies. You can have any gun you want, any handgun, any rifle with a knife.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when it comes down to it, yes, those are wonderful firearms, sir.
And but today, guess what? I tried to find some 45 long Colt ammunition, and it was totally sold out. I could not believe it.
Yeah, that 45 long Colt, that's a neat round.
It also shoots the old lever action rifles. That's what's good about it. The ammo's interchangeable.
Sir, every gun I've got's gone up in value. I mean, I don't want to say how many rifles and handguns I've got.
Right.
But it's a large amount. And let's just say this, I love them all to death.
Yeah, I think...
Look, these parasites in government that want to make us their slaves, and all their brainwashed jellyfish servants, and all their weak-minded people that follow them, They hate it that we're still armed because that means we're not the New World Order's total slaves yet. And so they're very upset. I appreciate your call. We're going to continue with Chris, Isaiah, Chris, Diongo, Mike, John, Bode, and others when we get back. And then I've got a bunch of key news here.